All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings, salutations, as always, to the awfully elect Tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, noising his gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of our Lord Yahweh Shai, occupying in the prophecies, in faith until all is fulfilled, and Lord will, we are redeemed from our captivity. So back in the news with, as you see the title of the lesson, the setting up of a new world. And we know that since the onset of 2020 to this day now, we've been in what the powers that be call the Great Reset. Now, as you see here, Trump ways rejoining who only days after his executive order to withdraw the U.S. So we know Trump came in, he was saying all these grandeur things that he was going to do, and one thing that he did do was withdraw America from the WHO. All right. And the WHO was responsible for bringing forth a procedure a few years ago that many people accepted. So, Trump came in, because Trump is supposed to be the guy that's supposed to be against the order. He's supposed to be anti-deep state. But what many people are about to find out is that he, in fact, is working alongside the deep state to bring about this new world. And there's a lot of confusion that's being put out there. There's a lot of enchantments that's going on in front of people that if you don't have the spirit working with you, you won't be able to see through it. And what did Yahweh Shai tell us in Matthew 24? Matthew the 24th chapter, in verse 4, and Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. All right, so speaking of, all right, because in the prior verse, the disciples came and asked him, what are going to be the signs of your coming? All right, so in the last days, what signs can we look forward to, Lord, that you're coming back in the end of this current world? And Yahweh Shai first told them what? Take heed that no man deceive you. So Yahweh Shai was telling the disciples that in the last days, there's going to be a lot of deception that's going to be going around. It's going to take people's minds. This is why he told the disciples to take heed, which means to look well, be aware that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. Now, you don't have to necessarily come and say that you are Jesus the Christ, but there are going to be many people in these last days that are going to come, saying that they are the anointed, saying that they are savior-like figures. Okay, this is what Yahweh Shai was telling the disciples to be aware of, and likewise us in these times, right? So this guy Trump, he has been set up as the savior of America. Didn't he make the remark during his inauguration speech that we have entered into the golden age of America? So that denotes what? That coming from the Biden regime, America was in the worst case scenario that it had ever been in. Now with Trump coming in, things are about to be what? Restored, renewed. You see, America is about to be brought back to its former glory. This is what a golden age means, to be at the height of your rule. Well, in this case, Trump removed America from the WHO. Now there's conditions as if he wants to bring America back into the WHO. And we also know that more, YABs are coming as well. Okay, read between the lines. Okay, more YABs are coming down the pipe with these new pestilences that have been coming about. And the only reason why he would need to go back to the WHO is to help administer these things, right? So we know that Trump is not in charge. He's taking orders, right? So it says on Saturday, President Trump indicated that he was considering the possibility of rejoining the WHO just days after signing an executive order to withdraw the U.S. from this international entity. Now, if you've been paying attention, and you know that the WHO is down with the deep state, all right? All these different organizations that are set up, they all working together, all right? So if Trump really was for America to make this place great again, and he's not for the deep state agenda, then why would he even consider getting back into the WHO? Well, we know why. It says perhaps we would contemplate rejoining. I am uncertain, but they must implement some necessary reforms. Now, what could these reforms be? Well, we know that more draconian, unrighteous decrees are coming down the pipeline. All right, maybe Trump feels that the WHO is too lenient. Maybe more harsh, draconian measures need to be implemented within the organization for the U.S. to join back in. This could possibly be what he's alluding to. We don't know. We just got to wait and see. Stated the president during a rally at Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. So this guy's all over the place. Okay, one minute he's against the deep state, the next minute he's possibly looking to align himself back with the deep state. So these devils are all out of order. All right. Then when you go here as well, Trump begins disbanding the IRS. Okay, which this is a good thing to Americans because nobody wants to be taxed, right? So he said what he had to say to take the minds of the people, but like I said, when it's all said and done, these people are going to realize that Trump nor none of these presidents was ever for them. All right, Trump has actually been set up as a pawn before you to deceive you. All right, it says the IRS is un-American and must go. President Trump has announced plans to begin disbanding the IRS and eliminating income tax in America. They hired or tried to hire 88,000 new workers. They go after you. And we're in the process of developing a plan to either terminate all of them or maybe move them to the border. I think we're going to move them to the border. Well, they are allowed to carry guns, so strong on guns, but these people are allowed to carry guns, so we'll probably move them to the border, Trump told an audience. And in this new Great Reset, there's really not going to be a need to have an IRS because you're not going to be getting taxed like that. Okay, everything is going to be done through a carbon footprint, a digital ID. This is why the title of this lesson, A New System, is coming, man. So it's not going to be a need for an IRS or revenue because you're not going to be having no revenue. Okay, everything is going to be based on UBI, Universal Basic Income. Whatever the government gives you according to your credit score, that's what you're going to have. And they do plan to collapse the grid as well. So one day you're going to wake up, they're going to say it's been a cyber attack, it's been outages and this and that, and you're going to wake up and your bank account ain't going to be there. So everybody's about to lose real soon, all right? So these devils are definitely coming with some major deception now, pursuing to what this Great Reset is all about. Let's read a little bit of this right here. It says, the Great Reset Initiative is an economic recovery plan drawn up by the WEF in response to the vid, right? The project was launched in June 2020, and a video featuring the then Prince of Wales, Charles, was released to mark its launch. The initiative stated aim is to facilitate rebuilding from the global vid crisis in a way that prioritizes sustainable development, which really, when you go into that sustainable development, that goes into the whole sea change agenda. All right, killing off livestock animals because they fart too much, issuing a carbon footprint ID, in which every motion that you make is going to be tied to your carbon footprint. So if you use too much carbon for the day, to them that's going to be considered not sustainable. So you won't be able to perform certain actions if you go over your certain allotted limit of carbon for the day. This is also why they want to eliminate gas powered vehicles, right? Which Trump has also said that he wants to stop that mandate of everything going EV. But they're still going to go through with it because that's the agenda. This is all part of the fourth industrial revolution. All right, so that's what that sustainable development goes into. Everything being tracked, traced, everything becoming digital, your every action being tied to a carbon footprint. And if these things sound way out, we're going to get into some videos to show you that this is indeed what the plan is. And everything that's been happening for the past 5 years has been to move society into that direction. Continuing on, WEF Chief Executive Officer Klaus Schwab described 3 core components of the Great Reset. Pay attention right here. Creating conditions for a stakeholder economy. What is a stakeholder economy? Is a theory of organizational management and business ethics that accounts for multiple constituencies impacted by business entities like employees, suppliers, local communities, creditors, and others. Right? So basically, with this stakeholder economy, okay, people are gonna, you're pretty much gonna be in a system to where it's gonna be what's the word? Everything is gonna be communal. All right, so if you're inside of a 15-minute city, everyone's gonna have a certain allotment. Okay, so you yourself are gonna be the stakeholder, and the economy is pretty much gonna be how much everybody uses in that particular city. Okay, because everything won't be 15 minutes, digital, everything. All right, so you yourself are pretty much gonna be responsible for rationing your particular resources, how much energy that you use going into that sustainable development. All right, using your Neuralink or your hand chip. Okay, this is what all this goes into, right? Building in a more resilient, equitable, and sustainable way, utilizing environmental, social, and governance metrics, and harnessing the innovations of the fourth industrial revolution. Okay, which that fourth industrial revolution, this is really the apex of this agenda. Okay, when you go into this, right, it goes into the fourth industrial revolution. This pretty much goes into merging man with machine, the internet of bodies, the internet of things. Okay, having a, as you see here, Amazon Go, cashierless store. Okay, taking away humans from the environment and replacing everything with AI and robots. So as you see here, robots in the grocery warehouse, augmented reality. Okay, this is big right now with the VR headsets and everything like that. The Internet of Things. Okay, which pretty much is you interacting with the environment and being able to become one with the environment through technology. This is what the Internet of Things, the fourth industrial revolution, all encompasses. Okay, the term was popularized in 2016 by Klaus Schwab, the WEF founder and executive chairman, who asserts that these developments represent a significant shift in industrial capitalism. A part of this phase of industrial change is the joining of technologies like AI, gene editing, to advanced robotics that blur the lines between the physical, digital, and biological worlds, which also these devils, they don't want you to live in real reality. Okay, they want you to live in an augmented reality because they plan to destroy the earth. They plan to destroy the earth so much that they gonna want you to live like how people was living in the Matrix movie. You know what I'm saying? They was pretty much plugged up to this second consciousness. You know what I'm saying? They was plugged into a false reality. All right, but they preferred to be there because the actual living in the real world was like hell. You know what I'm saying? Everything was dark, it was gloomy. You didn't have the pleasures of life. Pretty much these devils destroyed the earth so much to where the Most High's creation was unrecognizable. All right, so much so to the point where people would rather live in a virtual reality world. This is what they want to do. And this is why you see that they're polluting the ocean. They're spraying things in the air. They're taking away real food, and then they're going to replace the real food. The food that Yahweh Bashmiel Shah created from the earth. They're going to replace that with their artificial so-called food. Okay, maggot burgers and cricket milk. As Klaus Schwab said, you shall eat the zibugs. Okay, this is what he said, and this is what is actively unfolding right before your eyes. Okay, the fourth industrial revolution. And the height of this is going to be literally making you a cyborg, putting a chip in your head, which is the Neuralink that Elon Musk is at the forefront of, and also implanting you with a micro chip in your right hand, okay, which encompasses Revelation the 13th chapter, the MOTB, the mark. Okay, this is the end goal of what these devils have been bringing about for these past few years. And you notice that every year they ramp up the agenda. All right, this is all the Hegelian dialectic: pressure from above, pressure from below, order ab chaos, order out of chaos. Okay, from the chaos they will bring about the order. This is exactly what you see Trump tapping into. Okay, because Biden was so bad that now we need to come in and just overhaul the system, because the old system is not working. People are complaining. People don't have no work. People feel like they don't have a purpose in life. They out here offing themselves. So Trump has been put before you as the guy to have these good talking points. Oh, let's bring America back. Let's return to the golden age, right? Let's digitize and go into these different sectors and bring jobs back to America. It all sounds good, but is this what's going to happen? Well, no. See, what's about to happen is that people are about to be deceived on a large scale level, right? Because even when you look at that whole so-called election, that thing was a big psyop, and it took a lot of people's minds. Okay, but this is the world that they want. Cashierless stores, robots. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why they want to put robots out is because there's a severe depop of the earth that's occurring right now, and this has all been the plan. Let's check this out. Yep, let's get this. And this is fair use. I'm not making no money off this video. This is fair use.
Here, as we discover and bring to the US or to the Europe or to the world new medicines, automatically those new medicines will be inserted into the offers, the portfolio that we will offer into these countries. I think that it's really a fulfillment of a dream that we had together with my leadership team when we started in 19. The first week we met in January of 19 in California, and to set up the goals for the next 5 years. And one of them was by 2023, we will reduce the number of people in the world by 50%. I think today this dream is becoming reality.
So it's really a purpose.
So these devils have been openly boasting about what they want to do on the earth. All right. So because of this mass depop of the earth that they're currently inducing, this is why there's going to be a need for heavy AI. This is why there's going to be a need for these robots. Okay. They got robot police dogs. You know what I'm saying? They got robot police humans out here now. You see, augmented reality is becoming more integrated within society. All right. That's what this whole 5G and 6G is all about. Okay, more connectivity, more power to operate on these chips that's going to be in everybody's head. All right. So this diabolical plan, all right, is full fledged, and see, this is stuff that people only seen in sci-fi movies. All right, but this is the real world, man, and it's the Lord putting the spirit on these devils to, all right, practice these wicked devices. Okay, we'll go to Micah the 2nd chapter. Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity, and work evil upon their beds. Okay, this is speaking of the elites. Okay, those that wake up early in the morning, they got these think tanks, they sit around and they what? Devise evil, devise iniquity. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And who gave these devils the power to exercise these wicked devices? Well, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, because now is the time for Esau to have dominion. All right. And of course, he's the devil, he's the wicked. So from the wicked is going to go forth wickedness, okay, and deception. Verse 2, and they covered fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. And this is what these devils have done all around the earth. Okay, they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. He go around, he covered fields and take lands, all right, remove the landmarks, and he calls himself being righteous ruler. Okay, which that couldn't be farther from the truth. You see, Esau's righteousness is wickedness, because that's how sick and twisted that his mind is, man. Okay, he was created to be the wicked. He was created to, what as Yahweh Shah said, the thief cometh not, but to steal, to kill, and to destroy. All right, and you see this right here, man. Okay, this is the prime objective of this devil. Okay, as it says in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. And we can go there real quick, that he is as death. Habakkuk chapter 2. And we can start at 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. You see, so the soul which is lifted up in this man is not upright. Why? Because he was created to be the wicked. All right. You have wicked people on this earth, even wicked Israelites. But then there is the wicked. OK, they, their meat and drink is wickedness and violence. OK, this is what they live on. And if they don't, matter of fact, let's get that. Cause something to fall. Right. Because these devils lose sleep. Right, Proverbs 4:16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. You see that? So these devils practice wickedness and violence as a man would eat and drink bread and wine. Okay, so they need this to sustain themselves. You see, they need wickedness and violence to feel like they've accomplished something in life, man. Okay, this is why if they don't do some wickedness or some violence, they can't sleep, because that's their whole purpose. That's why they were set up. All right, the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction. All right, so now when you go back here, because we're dealing with the whole 4th industrial revolution, right, merging man with machine, this is the apex of it. You see, preparing the world for a new transhumanist world order under the control of the elites. Right now, this is from years ago, man, but it shows you that they've been openly boasting in their wickedness for a long time, and we're in a time now where these things are about to, come forth full-fledged.
But can you imagine that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains, and I can immediately feel, because you all will have.
Mind you, this is from 2017. All right, roughly 2.5 years before the Great Reset came into effect. All right, just at the end of 2019. This is what these devils were saying.
Implants, and we measure your brain waves, and I can immediately tell you how the people react, or I can feel how the people react to your answers. Is it imaginable?
I think that is imaginable. I think I think you can imagine that. You can imagine, well, you're going to be sort of transplanted into the internet, so to speak, to live forever in a digital realm. You can imagine that you just in your biological incarnation are going to live to be some very long age. I think it is almost impossible to predict. And in fact, the evolution of technology might be inherently chaotic. I mean, it could have been the case a couple hundred years back if it so happened that, electricity evolved a little bit faster compared to internal combustion, that we all would have been driving electric cars today, and then somebody would have a newfangled internal combustion thing that would be like, whoa, that's kind of weird. But history happened to go one way. Maybe there are fundamental inherent reasons for that. But I think when you ask these kinds of questions about the future, what does it mean to be human in the future? What does it mean to be an individual versus society? Kind of where are we going in the long term? I mean, these are deep and powerful and fundamental philosophical questions, but I don't know that we are equipped to answer them.
Yeah, and see, this is the wicked right here, man. Okay, these are the kind of very strange conversations that these devils have behind closed doors. Okay, they want to reinvent the human. All right, they want to alter the Most High's creation. Okay, this is why they're so big into this gene editing. Okay, with these certain potions that have been put out here, man. Okay, which literally alters the structure of the D to the N to the A. All right, because they want to rewire you into being not human but a transhuman. Okay, transitioning a transitioning human. Okay, so to transition to be a transitioning human means that you may be fully human today, but once you take this chip in your brain, and as he said, you all of you will have implants. Okay, he boldly made that statement. So he said all of you will have implants, and you will basically be a transforming human. Okay, meaning that today you may be fully human, tomorrow you'll get a chip, and then a couple years down the line, you may want to implement a integrated augmented reality into your very being, into your very makeup, and then the infrastructure around is going to be conducive to make that happen. See, this is the very strange world, man. This is why the scriptures say to let's get that, strange children, right? Because look, man, these Edomites are very strange, and their conversation is very perverse and not upright, right? Psalms 144. Matter of fact, we can start. Psalms 144 in verse 5. It says, "Bow thy heavens, O Lord, and come down. Touch the mountains, and they shall smoke. Cast forth lightning, and scatter them. Shoot out thine arrows, and destroy them. Send thine hand from above. Rid me, and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood." And this describes these devils right here to the T, man. Okay? It says what? Whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. So your right hand is supposed to represent righteousness, okay? But Esau's righteousness is wickedness, man. Esau's righteousness is falsehood and lies, deception, okay? Because he really believes. See, now the thing is, these devils sitting down here having this conversation, they truly believe that they're having some intellectual, futurist forward type of mentality and thinking. They truly believe in their heart of hearts that what they want to bring on the earth is going to benefit humanity. All right? Because when you listen to their talking points, they'll say, oh, we need to be more sustainable to, benefit the human race and save the earth. But at the same time, they're destroying the earth. All right? They're destroying the atmosphere. They're destroying the water. They're taking away the real food. All right? This is what they're doing, but they genuinely believe that what they're doing is benefiting the earth. This is how twisted that their minds are. This is why this is why they have to go. All right, and these really are nothing more than enchantments being sent out, man. All right, Isaiah 47. Isaiah the 47th chapter, about verse 12. Yeah, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so thou mayest prevail. Right? So the Most High, all right, telling the wicked, hey, stand now with thine enchantments. Okay, maybe if your sorceries are good like that, maybe you can prevail against the judgment. Right? Verse 13, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels, all these ideas and think tanks and you know, plans they got to implement, right? They're wearied, man, because they have so much to worry about at one time. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Ultimately destruction and you know, this man's heritage and posterity is going to be rooted out of the earth. Okay, this is what's going to come of these Edomites, man. The wicked that the Bible speaks of, the devil. You see? So all this fourth industrial revolution talk, man, this is the end goal. And you already see that society is rapidly moving towards this. I mean, you just had Elon Musk, you know, because he's now the head of the Department of Government Efficiency. He's now talking about getting rid of the penny because it costs too much money to make the penny now, which that's only setting the precedent for them to get rid of physical money altogether and make everything digital. All right. So you have to really pay attention to what these devils are saying when they talk, because if you just go off of what they're saying for face value, yeah, it's going to sound like something good, something beneficial. But as the scriptures say, you know, his words, the words of his mouth are smoother than butter, softer than oil, but yet were they drawn swords. So this man is literally declaring war on you through his sweet words, man. Okay. And this is what people want to hear. See, people want to hear, let's go back, you know, people want to hear that, yeah, you know, we're going to withdraw from the World Health business, okay, and that, you know, we're going to abolish the IRS. But, you know what I'm saying, not even knowing what the end goal of all of these certain measures are, all right? EU official, this is also coming down the pike. EU official demands stricter online censorship. So listen, you know, the time is coming where we're not going to be able to preach and prophesy no more. See, we're not going to be able to make these videos because they are prepared to make a man an offender for a word. And this is already happening in multiple countries, mainly in the EU, to where they, you know what I'm saying, pulling up on people, knocking on their door and taking them to jail for certain posts that they making on social media. This is already, the precedent has already been set. Okay? Compares disinformation to a virus. So according to them, the true virus of the earth is disinformation, which really disinformation is nothing more than anything that goes against the mainstream narrative. Okay? And this whole thing started during the GR agenda. Okay? Yeah, it says those who are not prepared to distinguish facts from disinformation spread falsehoods online and contaminate others like a virus. You see that? So people that spread the truth basically are contaminating others because they're waking people up. This is why now you have this campaign against being woke, when being woke at one time was something that was like, oh yeah, well you're actually awake to what's going on. Like you can see through the veil. Okay, now, you know, Esau is taking the woke terminology and he's demonized it to mean somebody that's believing in sea theories, you know, somebody that's bugged out, you know what I'm saying? They've been watching too many movies or whatever the case may be. All right, so the one thing about this devil, when he loses control of the narrative, he always has to control the output of information to seek to gain control back of the narrative. But see, the thing is now it's too late. Because just like you have influencers that Esau set up on the left-hand side, you also have a spirit out here that is to expose truth. And this spirit of truth is permeating so much throughout the whole of the earth that it's influencing others now to come out and to proclaim the truth for what it is. Okay, when you go to 2nd Ezra 6:28, it says that what? The truth shall flourish. Matter of fact, let's get that. 2nd Ezra, let me get the Apocrypha, pull it up real quick. Salakia, 2nd Ezra chapter 6. I don't want to butcher it. Yeah, and matter of fact, we can start up. Yeah, 27 says, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which has been so long without fruit, shall be declared. Right? So now that the truth is being declared and these devil's lies are no longer prevailing, now there's a misinfo campaign that is setting to silence those that speak against the agenda. All right. So very soon. All right. And I believe through the spirit that this is going to happen within the next few months, that they really going to come down hardcore on this censorship, man. So, you ain't about to be hearing brothers, for too much longer, because these devils are prepared to move. And you see the precedent being set with things like this. Right. BG says Elon Musk politics prove he is crazy in a medical sense. Insane shit. Now, this is also another thing that you have, another level and a layer, to this whole, conundrum that these Edomites have set up. They've created this paradigm, within their ranks. Okay, which some of it is organic, and a lot of it is just like they just put it out there to throw people off. All right, because they want to create this left and right paradigm, right? Because you have the deep state, and because of what we just went into with the disinformation, by and large now people are aware of the deep state. Okay, so people are putting two and two together. You have multiple channels out there to go into these certain things, and people are getting hip to what's going on. So this is now Esau seeking to control the narrative. Okay, because we know that BG and Elon, they are one and the same. Okay, same thing with Trump, same thing with Zuckerberg and these other different individuals, man. They all working together. But see, the elites, they have to throw people off by making you believe that, oh, well, there is no deep state, because if there was, then BG wouldn't be speaking against Trump. BG wouldn't be speaking against Elon Musk or Zuckerberg. You see, they would all be on one accord, but really they are. But this is just all, theater, okay? The theater of war that's set in front of you to confuse your mind. Okay, but look, damn, well, they're, because what they want is for people to question their own beliefs now. Okay, question what they can see and know is true. Well, damn, well, the deep state must not be real, because BG is speaking against Elon. You know what I'm saying? Why would he speak against Elon if they're together? All right, because you have this narrative now being put out there, by the elites that, there's division, okay, within the house of Esau, which there is, okay, because it tells you in Daniel, the 2nd chapter, about around verse 43, that, matter of fact, let's just go to it, that, pretty much Rome would be divided, at the latter end of it, and we are in the latter end of the Roman Empire. All right, Daniel 2. Yep, Daniel 2 and 40. And the fourth kingdom, which is Rome, shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. And whereas thou sawest the feet and the toes, which were in the time of the feet and the toes, okay, we're at the very latter end of the Roman Empire. Okay, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. All right, so Esau's kingdom, when you look at it, is very divided. Okay, these Edomites really can't agree on nothing. Even at the top with the elites, they're divided. All right, but there shall be in it the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. So there you go. All right, so Esau's kingdom is partly strong and partly broken, but they're still at the same time putting deception out there to make you believe that there is no agenda at play here. Okay, that this is all organic and that people just don't agree. All right, so you know what I'm saying, you really have to have discernment with you to be able to see through these devil's bullshit. You know, it says, yeah, check this out. BG has reignited his feud with Elon Musk, attacking the Tesla CEO for his support of conservative politics and populist movements, labeling Musk's views as insane in a recent UK interview. Right, dismissing Musk's views as insane shit, Gates doubled down on his loyal to the globalist agenda, signaling growing unease among the elite as populist movements disrupt their grip on power in the US, UK, and Europe. Okay, now this goes into, when you go into the populist, this goes into the common citizen, which when you go to, as Job, the 20th chapter, I believe. Grab that real quick, Job 20. Yep, we can start at verse 19. It says, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. In this case, every hand of the populace shall come upon him. Right? Now let's go into that word right there. Into that word wicked. Right? Of the wicked. Okay, the word there is amal, right? And the outline of biblical usage is what? Laborer, sufferer, wretched one, the laborer, the workman. So the common citizen is pretty much what they saying is putting a monkey wrench in the plans. But it still don't matter because, this is why they're going to shut down the grid on these people. This is why they're taking away the food. This is why they're removing the jobs and replacing everything with AI, because they're really going to take these people's strength away. And if you want to have these certain things, right, you're going to have to get down with the beast system. Okay, you're going to have to take that chip, take these digital IDs and things like that in order to function in this mad society. This is what it's all moving towards, right? Webb promises to pardon anyone who successfully assassinates President Trump. So this is what is going on here. Okay, they're trying to set it up like Trump is just this rogue guy, that he's not connected with the W to the E to the F. He's not connected to Klaus and BG and these other individuals. You know what I'm saying? They want to make it seem like Trump is really doing these things of his own volition. Well, no, he's a puppet. Okay, he's set up. This is the whole deception behind it. All right. This is why he'll do things like, oh, we're going to take away the IRS. We're going to remove the WHO and, we're going to take Greenland and do all these different things. You know what I'm saying? But it's all this stuff is set up before you. It's all theater. It's all deception. That's why the first scripture we read, Matthew 24, take heed that no man deceive you. This is all deception right here. You see, and those that don't have the spirit working with them, they're going to be deceived by these things and take it for face value. Okay, because people really gonna believe, well, damn, Trump must really be the savior for America because the elites want to get him out of there. All right, but you see, that's not the case. Okay, they, this is all an act. Okay, all this is an act, man, to once again throw people off. You see, but you really do have division within the ranks of the elites, though. Okay, that's really real. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go here, all right, the Danish MEP tells Trump to F off over Greenland remarks. Okay, and this goes into Revelation 17 and 16, where the beast, okay, which is NATO and the EU, is going to hate the whore, America. Right? Let's tap into this.
Musk, urmează Anders Vistisen.
Dear President Trump, listen very carefully. Greenland have been part of the Danish kingdom for 800 years. It's an integrated part of our country. It is not for sale. Let me put it in words you might understand. Mr. Trump, off. Når det er sagt,
Musk, urmează Anders Vistisen.
So yeah, you heard the man. F off. Get your ass out of here, son. You know, so you really do have you know, because also Trump, like, he's been speaking real grimy against NATO and the EU. Like the other day I brought it out on the show to where he asked if Spain wasn't a part of the BRICS, you know what I'm saying, which, you know, that's like an insult to their own allies, man. So yeah, eventually, according to biblical prophecy, NATO and the EU is going to separate, you know what I'm saying, that whole thing is going to disband, all right, because Trump is now like, yeah, well, you know, we're not going to support NATO if they don't pay into the budget. And they've been saying that NATO was under the budget. Well, I wonder why, because of them sanctions that was put on against Russia and stuff like that. Germany's economy is destroyed. France is tanking. You know, Spain is tanking. You know, Italy is tanking. Really, you know, all of Europe is going under, man. Really because of America. And if America backs out, well, that's going to be probable cause right there for them to side with the BRICS. And as it says in that verse, to, you know, burn the whore with fire, okay, which goes into those nuclear ICBMs being shot off over to the land of unwalled villages and being burned up. All right, so we see everything prophetically is lining up to go down. But as you see, there's a lot going on. Like, you really have to have discernment to be able to filter through all these things. All right, because the average person out here, you know, they may be aware of certain things, but they not seeing the bigger picture of where all these particular cogs in the wheel are leading to. All right, they're just looking at the individual cog and saying, well, damn, this is a problem, this is a problem. But the collective of it all is where these elites are going to take you, which is ultimately destruction. All right, let's go to Isaiah 5. Get ready to end this real soon. Isaiah 5 and verse 20, it says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Right? And that's Esau Edom. Okay, this man is literally calling evil good. He's calling a mass depop of the planet a good thing because, you know, we can have more resources for the earth. When in reality, you know, this devil don't give a damn about you. He don't give a damn about you enjoying the earth. See, he wants to enjoy the earth while your ass is 6 feet deep underground in a you know, in a unmarked grave somewhere. Okay, that's what he wants for you. Because according to him, according to his narrative, right, the planet is too populated. So we need to remove some of you, okay, some of you useless eaters, some of you, you know, good for nothing people, which to a certain extent, I do agree, okay, because a lot of these people are useless, man. Okay, they serve no purpose for Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. So yeah, and then again, you know what I'm saying, these people are proud as hell and they're wicked. So yeah, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these people do need to go. But see, the thing about it is that you know, that's the righteous judgment of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, but he's going to use the wicked to bring these things forth, man. All right, that's the whole thing about it. See, the Lord going to use Esau to off, you know, pretty much, you know, 2/3 of the earth population and leave a very small number left that he can control that's going to be conducive to his NWO. All right, this is what is going on here. All right, now we can close out on Isaiah 32 because look, these devils, man, they going to come down cruel. They going to come down hard. You know what I'm saying? And you already see them setting it up, right? It says, yeah, Isaiah 32:5, it says, the vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy. And that's Esau, right? And to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fall. This is the point right here. The instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh aright. Now let's go into that word churl right there. Right? Let's see what churl means. Where is it at? Also of the churl.
Strong's H 3596. Kilai. Second entry.
Okay, let's get this right. Outline of biblical usage: a scoundrel, a knave. Okay, so the devices of the scoundrel, which the scoundrel is Esau, man, are evil, cruel. Okay, wicked devices to destroy the poor of lying words, as it says in Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Okay, this is what these devils do. Okay, and as you saw, man, you know, they've been openly boasting about these things for a long time. Okay, but now these things are at the forefront, and this is how you know that things really about to turn up out here, man. Things are about to get bad, because there's a lot of deception that these devils are putting out, and if you ain't got Yahweh Bashmi Shai, then you will be taken by the devices of the churl, man. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close out right there, Lord willing. This was edifying through the Rakah Kadash. In closing, call Halal, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kadash. And until next time, Lord willing, Shalom to the elect, Come Yasha'Allah, and a Bible ball.